Okay, so I realized that I just looked like a black figure in the previous video, so we'll just leave that out for now. So back to task analysis, prioritize and explain. Here's what you'll learn in this video. You'll learn about how to think about what steps you need to take in order to gather the information you'll need to answer the questions that you've come up with. Then you'll learn how to prioritize what to do. And finally, you'll learn how to explain how the information you gather will help you in your task. So here is the example task question again. These were the questions that we came up with in the previous video. And now you need to think about what steps you will need to take in order to get your questions answered. Will you, for example, look for books in the library to get the information? Or are you going to look up reliable and credible websites? Or, what other steps can you take? So there are many ways to gather information. You need to make sure you think of the most appropriate ways to do so. So for example, you could research for relevant books from the library. You could look at relevant websites. You could also interview experts, or you could, for example, carry out a survey. Or another way is to go to a store to observe. So do not limit your information gathering just to the internet. Think creatively of how are you going to get the information. And when you're writing out your ways of gathering information, be specific about what you're going to do. So for example, if you're going to look on the internet, don't just say, I will conduct research on the internet. Say something like, I will conduct searches on the term fiber and health on the internet. The next step is to prioritize how you gather the information. So what I mean by that is, in what order are you going to gather the information? So for example, say you're going to look for information in the following 3 ways. You're going to look on the internet, you're going to speak to an expert, and you're going to look for books in the library. Which step would you carry out first and why? So say you decide to do it in this manner. You decide first you're going to conduct research on the internet, then you're going to look for books, and then finally you're going to talk to the expert. Now why might you do it in this order? You might do this because first you want to quickly gather information on fiber using the internet, and it's the fastest way. So, you use the internet to search for information on your term, and then after that what you can do is search the internet for relevant books from the library website. This will allow you to go to the library quickly and find books that you need on fiber. And then after gathering some understanding, you will then be able to ask experts some really good questions about dietary fiber, which were not on the internet or in the books. Now you need to explain why you need the information and how it will help you in your task. So you need to ask yourself the following questions. After I learn the answers to these questions, how is it going to help me? And you also need to ask, what will I be able to do next because I've gathered this information? So for example, by gathering information on dietary fiber, it will help you to better understand what the substance is and what foods it can be found in. This would help you to choose foods that contain high amounts of fiber for your dishes. It would also give you an appreciation of how important it is for health. So how do you put it all together? How do you write this part into the task analysis? It's going to look something like this. So you write it out as a paragraph, and it'll say, to find out more about dietary fiber, I will first be conducting a search on the internet on the term dietary fiber. I will also use the internet to look for relevant books in the National Library. And learning more about dietary fiber and which foods it can be found in will help me in selecting foods that have a higher content of fiber for my dishes. It will also give me an understanding of just how important dietary fiber is for maintaining one's health. Okay, so that's it. What you need to do next is to attempt the worksheet or fun sheet. And that's it.